Hello, my name is Sarah, and in witchcraft community, I go by Crystal Witch. With that being said, today I want to talk about moldavite. So what is moldavite? Moldavite is a tectite that came to our earth about 15 million years ago. And a lot of people will mistake it as a crystal, but it's not a crystal. Moldavite is only in Czech Republic and in some parts of Germany, I believe. So it's a pretty expensive stone. It's expensive just because there's not a lot of it. In 2020, when the epidemic started, moldavite became this sensation and everyone wanted to get it. Back then, I was really scared of moldavite, and that's why I didn't get it back then, but I did get it like 3 months ago because I felt cold to it. And I believe that with moldavite, the best way to get it is when you feel cold to it. Don't just get it because somebody else told you you should if you don't feel cold to it or if you're scared of it, because then you're not ready for change. Moldavite is a very extremely transformative stone, and it will bring you a lot of new things and it will direct you towards what is right for you. As for my story about moldavite, at first, when I first got it, it was a crazy experience because I went to this mineral fest in my country and there were a lot of crystals, and when I came inside of this, I felt called to buy moldavite. I was like, I'm gonna buy moldavite today, even though I didn't know if any of the sellers even have it. And then I went by one seller and was just looking, went by it, didn't think much of it. And I went all around the store and I came back to the same seller. And then I finally talked to him and I saw moldavite. And I was like looking at it and I was like, I feel like it's too expensive for me. And I knew that €100 budget is too much for me at that moment. And this seller said, not all of the moldavites are expensive. If you get a smaller piece can be like up to €30 and it's not that expensive. So I showed him this piece that I have on my neck right now. Piece, like if you can see. And I asked him, how much is this one? He said, well, this one is €25. So I was like, sold. I feel like he was nice to me, or this moldavite was meant for me. So I got it and went home. Then I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube about it, and I felt weird because I didn't feel the sensations that everyone was talking about, which in a way I feel like it's because I was already super high vibrational. I was already doing inner healing and I needed moldavite to just boost me even further into my practice and into things that I'm doing and give me motivation to proceed on my things that I was doing. So for me, the changes weren't like upfront. In 3 months, I did change a lot of things and I did experience a lot of things that I don't think I would if I didn't get moldavite, but they're not as big as everyone makes them seem to be. I will go into like everything that happened to me. First, when I got it, I felt this energy, like this hot feeling from my head to my fingers. And this was just for about a few hours. And then it went away. I didn't feel much of the energy anymore. So I was asking myself, what if my crystal isn't working? So naturally, I went on YouTube, search some like how to activate it. I think I forgot to cleanse it and to charge it, so that's what I did. I still didn't feel as much energy as I expected. And then I went and find that if you have a moldavite and you are used to the energies of the crystals, I am like crystal girly before I got moldavite. So for me, the energy of the moldavite wasn't as extravagant that everyone says it is. I have a lot of crystals on me all the time. So I'm used to the energies of the crystals. Even though this is not a crystal, it's still a powerful stone. I still feel the energy when I hold it in my hand. It's just not as big. First, I made a necklace from it. I almost ruined my stone. And the first day I got my stone, I wanted to wear it as a necklace, of course. And in the morning, I put it on and the stone flew away somewhere and I couldn't find it. So that day I was in panic. I was in a rush because I had to go to work. Naturally, I had to go without a stone. When I came back home, I went and looked again. I was looking for my drawers and there it was. And the next thing that happened to me, I noticed that a lot of things that I say out loud that I need or that I would love to have and experience to happen in about like 1 to 2 days. One of those things was I was talking to my husband for about a while now that I want to come and visit him in Germany where he works. I couldn't go. No matter how hard I tried to plan the plans, I couldn't. At that time, everything went smoothly. Even the bus card that I got was €4 at that time. And I went and looked a few days later and the prices went up. So I was like, thank you, Moldavite. I went there and I had an amazing time. The next thing that happened is me and my husband were talking about him getting a bicycle. For a while now, we've been thinking about it, but we just didn't think it was as necessary as other things we were planning to buy. So one day his boss went to him and he was like, you know what? I had this bicycle at home and I'm not using it anymore. You want it maybe? Of course he said yes. And then when we got it, he asked his boss if he needs to pay something to him. And he said, it's free. You can just get me a drink or something. I was in shock. This doesn't just happen normally to me. So one of the things that I also noticed after I got my Moldavite, like I know things that I used to know, but I didn't like give attention to. I just know that something will happen before it happens. And I also hear other people's thoughts. There's a lot of things that happens with Moldavite. I'm grateful that I was led to it because it does change a lot of things. Like yesterday, I was asking myself, does this stone even work? I came to the realization that it does work, but not in a way that I think it would work. The next thing that happened to me ever since I got my Moldavite, I dream a lot. The craziest dream I had so far is that I dreamt about my children, even though they don't exist. So in the dream, I had a beautiful daughter. She was blonde and she was super cute and I felt this love towards her. The next thing is getting back into a more balanced diet and working out. I used to be super obsessed with working out and eating healthy, and then I kind of stopped. Naturally, I gained weight back. So now when I got my Moldavite, I feel like my diet and my working out is non-toxic. Because before that, it was toxic. I just do what I feel like is right at that moment for my body and for my mind. I'm in the process of starting my business and I had a lot of ideas before, but now I feel like I have this creative energies just flowing through me. And I get ideas for my videos on TikTok. I get ideas for doing things I wouldn't normally do. I also got an idea for this YouTube channel. It just came to me while I was watching a video from other people. It was like, you should do this. The next thing I noticed is that a lot of people are nicer to me. People just seem to like talk to me and approach me. Also notice that my relationship and my understanding of relationships is better. Try not to point fingers. I try to listen to people more. And I feel like I'm more well-spoken ever since I got this stone. There's also this one thing that happened. I wanted to open my business with my best friend. Like even before I got my Moldavite, I didn't think that it was the right thing to open the shop with my best friend because most of the work I did. I didn't think that opening a shop with her would go great for a longer period of time. And I finally got the courage to like tell her and she was okay with it. She thought I was right. A few days later, I came with this idea in a way that we can work together. Maybe we could make a tarot deck together. Before I got my Moldavite, I felt like things that I was trying to do were just not what I want to do. I feel like I'm becoming more truthful to what I am. So this is everything that Moldavite has so far done to me, for me. I will let you updated on everything else that happened. If you want to hear it, let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.